Donald Trump likes to end wars, or so he says. Since he returned to the White House this year, he claims to have ended 8 wars. He repeats those claims endlessly, facts notwithstanding. His list includes the Gaza war, the India-Pakistan conflict, the Armenia-Azerbaijan war, the 12-day Iran-Israel war, the Egypt-Ethiopia tensions, the DR Congo-Rwanda conflict, the Thailand-Cambodia border spat, and the Serbia-Kosovo conflict. He's also been trying to end the Ukraine war. It's a noble pursuit, literally. Not so much for peace, but for the Nobel Peace Prize, which he did not get this year. Either way, if he can reduce tensions, maybe the world should indulge him once in a while. But why are we talking about this tonight? Because Trump has set his eyes on a new conflict, the Sudan. It's a war that the world has largely forgotten, a war that has killed tens of thousands of people, displaced millions, and become one of the world's worst humanitarian crises. Donald Trump wants to end it now. Do you know why? Because Saudi Arabia requested him to. Listen to this.
And I'll tell you, His Majesty would like me to do something very powerful having to do with Sudan. It was not on my my charts to be involved in that. I thought it was just something that was crazy and out of control. But I just see how important that is to you and to a lot of your friends in the room. Sudan, and we're going to start working in Sudan.
So Sudan was not on Trump's charts, as he says, but now that the Saudis have asked, it is. Trump also posted about it on his social media platform. He said the Sudan is facing tremendous atrocities. Food and doctors are desperately needed there, and Arab leaders want him to act. So what is this war that he's talking about? First things first. The Sudan is a country in northeast Africa. It sits along the Red Sea. Saudi Arabia is directly across that water. Since its independence in 1956, the Sudan has struggled with coups and military rule. It saw 2 long civil wars between the north and the south, and then years of violence in the Darfur region. At that time, the man in power was Omar al-Bashir. He was the Sudan's longest ruling leader. In 2019, he was removed from power. A transitional council was formed, but that transition remained fragile. There was a power-sharing deal. In April 2023, that power-sharing deal collapsed. The 2 men who were supposed to govern together turned against each other. The first man leads the Sudanese army. The second leads a paramilitary force called the RSF, the Rapid Support Forces. So the army and the RSF have been at war to control the country. The fighting has spread across the Sudan and divided it. And the human cost has been devastating. The country is grappling with a famine. The world has largely forgotten about it, but not Saudi Arabia. Which brings us to the question, why does Saudi Arabia care about the Sudan? For multiple reasons. Number one, geography. Like we just told you, Sudan is just across the Red Sea. If it collapses, it will affect shipping routes. It could push thousands of refugees towards Saudi shores, and it could create space for extremist groups. That's the first reason. Reason number 2, economy. Saudi Arabia is investing heavily in this region. It wants food security and safety for its trade routes and its Red Sea projects. Reason number 3, regional rivalry. You see, this war has quietly pulled in Gulf competition. The UAE is accused of supporting the RSF, the paramilitary. They deny it, of course. On the other hand, you have Egypt and Saudi Arabia. They're believed to be closer to the Sudanese army. Now, Riyadh does not want the Sudan to slip into anyone's orbit, which is why they want a bigger power, like the United States, to step in and steady the balance. Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman believes that Donald Trump can bring that balance, that he can end the deadlock in Sudan like he did in Gaza. Of course, Trump likes this role. He calls himself the president of peace. But the real question is, how quickly can he turn his promises into peace?
I was a revolutionary. I became a ruler. I claimed to protect my people. I terrorized them instead. I built palaces. I started wars. I lost everything. Some called me a defender of Arab pride. History remembers me as a dictator. Who am I?